Currently, as every day passes, the U.S. is allowing Iran to become more prepared to defend its strategic locations, and solidify plans to carry out very accurate calculated strikes on U.S. assets in the Middle East, thanks to AI and newly acquired technology and defense systems from China and Russia. Within the last month, Iran has hardened its most important locations that are essential to protecting its nuclear program. Iran is utilizing a hybrid layering approach by weaving Russian S-300 launchers with indigenous Bavar 373 and Khordad 15 systems. This prevents simultaneous jamming of all frequencies. Furthermore, the migration to Chinese Beidou ground stations, specifically in Madasht and Keshem, has rendered standard Western GPS denial tactics less effective, as Iranian precision munitions now rely on a closed, encrypted Chinese signal. For the U.S. to be successful, they must carry out a very calculated strike strategy within the first 48 hours of its strike. The primary objective must involve peeling back what's known as the Ring of Steel and neutralizing the southern strike arc before the deep-buried assets in Natanz, Fordow, can be utilized. During the first 12 hours, the U.S. must perform electronic and kinetic suppression. The U.S. must prioritize Beidou neutralization. To carry this out, the U.S. must conduct simultaneous cyber and kinetic strikes on the following 5 primary space data centers: Tehran, Keshem, Isfahan, Salmas, Shanaran. Without these ground augmentation stations, the accuracy of Iran's hybrid jamming and missile guidance drops by over 80%. Next, the U.S. must blind the Ring of Steel by utilizing standoff stealth assets, the F-35C and B-21, to target the specific radar nodes at Karizak and Kavar Shar. The goal is not to destroy every launcher, but to decapitate the integrated command and control C-2 linking the S-300S to the Bavar 373 systems. During the following 12 to 24 hours, the U.S. must neutralize the southern strike arc that has never been struck by the U.S. The U.S. must create a maritime corridor clearance by immediately engaging in heavy bombardment of the Borizhdan, Kormaj, and Jam missile sites. These locations pose the highest risk to U.S. carrier groups in the Gulf of Oman. Additionally, the U.S. must engage a counter-convoy interdiction by deploying high-altitude loitering munitions, drones, over the transit routes between Isfahan and Natanz. Since nuclear material has moved via civilian refrigerated trucks at night, the rules of engagement must allow for thermal negative target identification to stop further relocation of the 400+ kg uranium stockpile and nuclear components that are now hidden. The final 24 to 48 hours of the initial strike must focus on deep penetration and infrastructure collapse. Consider this as cracking the sarcophagus by focusing on the Natanz, Pickaxe Mountain, and Fordow sites. The U.S. made a significant miscalculation by not damaging the Natanz facility during its previous strikes in June 2025. The Natanz, Fordow initial strikes must involve sequential follow on GBU-57 MOP bunker busters. The first strike is to crack the new concrete caps, and the second strike is to penetrate the mountain core. Additionally, the U.S. must carry out IRGC decentralization strikes on the 7 listed IRGC hubs: Kermanshah, Lorestan, Tehran, Semnan, Qom, Bandar Abbas, and Isfahan, to disrupt their ability to coordinate a retaliatory swarm of smaller mobile launchers.